think we're good. Welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Aelwolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, the excellence of in execution, the no throne Cicerone. And once again, welcome to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. Tonight is our second night of the week. We generally stream Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, and Friday afternoons in Pacific Standard Time, that is. Tonight we have our Modern Speakeasy corner. That is the corner where I play persistent campaigns for more modern games. Of course, Hades is not the most modern thing of all, but I consider everything 7th generation and above modern. It's a little tricky once you start thinking about it, but it's the sort of thing where a modern game is less defined by a description and more identified when it is played. So I've been playing Hades for quite some time. Longtime fans of the Ales and Fails Twitch stream will actually recall that it is one of the, I want to say, 1 to 3 games that I started the stream with. And so I've racked up quite a few hours on it. I was just going through my YouTube VOD vault, the Ale Cellar, and you might find that in the Twitch homepage for the stream. But I've got about 40 different streams that include Hades, or if not, have Hades as all of its content. So I've been playing it for quite some time. It is I know that I could have probably finished it already, but I feel like for the first half of that I wasn't really focused on what it was, and so I was using a whole bevy of different weapons and builds, and halfway through it I decided to simply focus down and use the Shield of Chaos, which is my preferred weapon. Old Aelwolf does love his shields. And so tonight we're going back to it. Last week we were playing Travis Strikes Again, and so it made sense for us to bounce back to this game, which we sort of left pending. And welcome back to the stream, friend of the stream. And I go, how are you doing? Came back from a concert. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Who did you go see? Yeah, and I think that's enough of a preface. I might be in the middle of a run from maybe slightly 3-4 weeks ago. We'll see once I start this run. The only other limitation or maybe characteristic I have here, other than just using the Shield of Chaos, is because this is a stream where I talk about beer, there is a good chance that I will choose Dionysus whenever his icon pops up. And that is by design, that is not a mistake. We love our hangover effects here at the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. But all that being said, and all that drink talk out of the way, let's talk about what's on tap tonight. This is Trois Pistoles from Unibrow, which is a brewery in Canada. And I believe it is a Quebec-based brewery. Trois Pistoles is a Belgian-style dark strong ale, and I really like the artwork here. It actually shows like a castle of some sort. I'm not sure what era exactly, but it is quite the sight. This is actually something that I don't have too often. Generally, when I'm looking for Belgian styles dark strong ales, I look for beers that originate specifically from Belgium. But Unibrow tends to be the the exclusion here. Unibrow always churns out a very mean product, and I certainly do like them. Now, what exactly is a Belgian style dark strong ale? Well, if you've once again, if you're a longtime fan of the stream, you've noticed that I've talked about quads before, in the sense that the old Belgian tradition from Trappist monasteries has beers that are called double, triples, and quads or quadruples. And while these names don't necessarily suggest one very specific thing in particular, there's a few characteristics about them. Obviously, they're all ales, and they all have spices, such as is the Belgian tradition. They're all relatively high in alcohol, And as you start going from double to quad, the alcohol content only increases. Then there's also the idea that Belgian doubles are slightly darker in color and they're a little bit more copper. Then you have triples which are actually golden, and then you have quads which go back to the darkness of the doubles. Maybe even a little bit darker, maybe a little bit more earthen tones, a little more opaque, but not yet as stout. So a Belgian style dark strong ale is a quad. That is really a synonym for it. There might be some folks that tell you otherwise, but if there are differences, I haven't come across concrete evidence that that's actually clearly defined. So we'll just assume that Trois Pistoles, or Three Pistols, is actually a quad. Let's see what Untapped has to say on the matter over here before we make up our own minds about this. And let me go back to my alternate intermission over here. So a solid 9% alcohol by volume, and that's one distinction doubles have from quads, in the sense that even though they have very similar appearance, quads tend to be 8% and above. Though I don't know that that's a hard rule. Trois Pistoles has a dark brown color topped with a rich foam mousse. Its slightly sweet taste is enhanced by accents of roasted malt, cocoa, ripe fruit, and dark spices with a smooth finish like an old port wine. Brewed with 4 selected malts and 4 exotic spices, Trois Pistoles beckons with a subtle sweetness that makes it surprisingly smooth and satisfying for a beer of such strength and complexity. So here methinks a very interesting question. Why is it that something that's brewed with 4 selected malts and 4 exotic spices, called Three Pistols? The world may never know. But at the very least, this does suggest that this is a quadruple. And of course, not that I was doubting myself, but it is always an interesting question. So that's that. Let's go ahead and taste what this beer is like. And of course, the funny thing about Trois Pistoles is that on top of the cap, it actually has this silver foil over here. It makes the bottle just a bit nicer, a little niftier. Almost makes you think of something like a champagne or something like that. Let me go ahead and open this. So the foil breaks away, and we are using our trusty Hefeweizen glass from Vie Stefan. Generally, what I would use to serve this particular beverage is a tulip glass, but you know what? This was already in use, so no need to actually waste good glassware. Of course, lots of people will argue that there is an optimal piece of glassware for every beverage. I do not disagree with them, but you know what? I don't always have to drink everything optimally. And so already I can feel a sense of roast coming from it just as I poured it. A sweet roast, might have add. Very good malts to the nose. Anything else that I can taste there? There is a fruit there, though I can't actually smell what it is. Maybe something like plums. Fang a nail, dear viewer. And there you go. One of that thing that's characteristics of a lot of Belgian strong dark ales is kind of like a raisin-like flavor. It's like a dried raisin type fruit. Not like grapes, like wine, but certainly like that concentrated, dried out sugar flavor. Very good malt. Very thick. I want to say a good 4 out of 5, which is something that I don't generally say. And it's funny that the description actually compares it to a port wine, because the comparison is actually quite apt, except of course in beer form. Very sweet, very little bitter or hop character to it. It does leave like a slight burn, or maybe like more like a roast finish on the back of your palate. All in all, a very good beer. I don't know that you would have this as an opener, but you know what? This is not my opener. I have a what you say pre-game before this. So Floppy Stalls, definitely go and get it if you see it out in the wild. Fill out your Pokedex, as they say. With that, let me go ahead and update my ticker over here, just in case anybody is wondering what kind of beverage their old pal Ales is drinking. And there we go. In terms of rating, I want to give this a solid 4. I want to give it a 375 though. I feel like maybe a quadruple from Belgium might be more worthy of a 4, and this is not like a particular bias or anything. While I do think it is quite similar to something from Belgium, which is made in the old tradition, I do feel that it just shies away just a little bit to make it a bit more drinkable. So 3.75 is solid. Certainly nothing that I would ever turn down. But with that, let's go back to Hades. Okay, and I think everything is as it should be. All is well with the world. Like I said, I haven't played this game in a while, so this might take some warming up over here. But you know what? We've got time. We've got all the time in the world. For you, time is endless. Okay, look at that. 85 escape attempts. And I played last May 19th. And it is now June... What is today? June 22nd, so definitely over a month over here. Oh, and I did go ahead and pin a question of the night. A little bit generic tonight. What is a perfect getaway? I was thinking about a prison escape in terms of Hades, and I was thinking, well, prison escape, getaway. Where would you go if you had to leave it all behind? Maybe for a vacation, or maybe something a little more long-term. I'm gonna say an Ales and Fails classic, and of course, my place to go to would probably be Germany. Okay, so we were in the middle of a run. What keepsake do we have right now? The adamant arrowhead from Artemis, who has always proven to be one of our favorite allies. So we could sell some things. I think first of all what I need to know is what exactly I have on my how do you even tell how I have? Okay, there we go. So the Frost Strike, that's our attack. The Aspect of Chaos, of course. Exit wounds. Your foes take damage when your Bloodstone is stuck in them and then dislodged. Rush Delivery, deal bonus damage based on any bonus move speed. Nice. Bolt Rush charges up faster. It's always a good weapon. Your cast seeks foes with a 10% chance to deal critical damage. That's a heroic one, so might as well keep that one. Boiling Point. Your God Gate charges up faster when you take damage. Caustic Flourish. Your special deals 100 from 4% damage. And then the Hunter's Dash, which is more critical damage. Demeter's Aid, which means that I've got the power of Demeter as well. Hydraulic Might. Attack and special are stronger the first 10 seconds in every encounter, so therefore I should probably attack faster whenever I go into a room. And Greater Haste, you move faster. So that makes sense simply because I've got this, Rush Delivery. Finally, I've got the Adamant Arrowhead 15% chance from Artemis to be rare or better. And I think that comes from our keepsake. Let's see. I went to a Boldy James concert, and today's topic is choosing myself. So today I went to the mall and got a Cheesecake Factory. I love the Cheesecake Factory. So it's always a nice place to get some cheesecake. They also got a pretty varied menu. There was a woman working there. She was friendly, rang me up, and then I left no tip. Tipping is weird in my opinion. I think her attitude changed, but I was going to ask her out, but I didn't force it. What I had in mind in my experience is if you know it's not gonna be a most likely yes, don't even ask. I mean, that's fair. You're saving your energy, right? If you assume that something's not gonna work out in the first place. By the way, I don't know that that's necessarily weird. If you're ordering something from the counter, which is what I'm assuming you were there, maybe it's not necessarily absolutely necessary to tip. Just a thought. I know it varies. Not that payment for what do you call it? The service industry is fair, of course.
To the top.
And of course, there I lost a bunch of subscribers. Well, the subscribers that I have. Ah, great, and we're in Elysium, of course. My least favorite place. So we move quite fast.
Fine day your whenever to get me out of here.
So the bull rush charges up pretty fast. And it seems like we've got 2 extra shields, maybe? Exactly. I'm glad that you agree with the logic. Again, I wish that people in the service industry would get paid better, but I do not think that people should be obligated to pay for services that I don't believe that they received. But yeah, just going back to the story, like I said, I'm glad that you felt like you made the right choice. It sounds like you did. Also, but the real question is, what kind of cheesecake did you get? Because I'm actually quite interested in that. This chariot. And there we go.
No problem. This shield's about to get a whole lot stronger.
The explosive return is actually quite useful, I think. Generally, it is nice. It's kind of like you add whatever damage to the round whenever you catch your shield. And I don't know that there's too many times where you don't catch your shield. I'm pretty sure it always returns, right? Your attack hits twice, but does not knock foes away. I think that's a trade-off I don't really want. And then your bull rush, instead it fires a piercing shot that deals 80 damage. I've used this power before. I don't know that it's ever worked out particularly well for me. Let's go with the explosive return.
That'll do.
Anything else of interest here? There's one of these. I don't think I need to restore hearts, so probably don't need it. I should probably get some centaur hearts, considering that I've only got 100 in the pot. Let's see. At the concert venue where I met the girl, she was so sweet, and I was reminiscing and weirdly enough wanting to feel melancholy. But I snapped out of it like, why want to feel sad for fun? But saw a girl by herself again. I wanted to approach, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this again right now. So yeah, it's me choosing myself, and it feels like a lot of fun. I'm assuming that you mean like you felt satisfied because you made the choice consciously, and you simply chose to have a fun time rather than experience a negative emotion, which I think is healthy. What is this? Which of course is not to suggest that every situation you should feel positive about, but if you felt like you could experience both sensations, if you were at a concert with a person that you enjoyed, why not enjoy the moment for what it is? Ah, great, and of course I took a hit from every single trap there. Not everything is ever going to be completely perfect. So if you can latch onto something that makes you happy, I would say hold on to dear life for it. Oh, come on, same. Okay. Whew. Sounds like a successful night in Igo. Kudos to you. So we could choose the Palm of Power, or we could tandem with Aries. I'm conflicted. I could get something good from Aries, but maybe I could power something else up. Decisions. Let's go see Aries. Just before I do that here, just a second bit of real life getting in the way as usual. Okay, let's go see Aries. Oh, and before we do that, of course, to your health. So the annoying thing about the guards in Elysium is just the fact that a lot of them have shielding techniques. And then of course once you do pierce their hide and get the best of them, they enter in this revival mode. I wonder if catching the extra shields does that revenge damage. Very nice.
Aries.
And where am I with Lord Ares actually? Only 2 hearts. How many of these ambrosias do I have? Just the one. Maybe save it for us. Let's see. I didn't get any cheesecake, but if I did, I would get the lemon raspberry cheesecake. Now that's a fine choice. I do like a bit of sour whenever I have cheesecake. I think Cheesecake Factory cheesecake is overrated. I mean, absolutely no qualms with that. I think it is, but the nice thing I like about it is that it got so many flavors. It really is the equation of quantity versus quality, right? And I know that doesn't work out for a lot of people, but I am a very simple person. And so, yeah, I will definitely take a buffet where I can eat just as much as I want, even though I know that every single little item is very low quality. Maybe that's just the resources limited kid in me. I think Yoshinoya has a better cheesecake than them. I actually haven't had Yoshinoya's, but that might be something that I should look for next time I go there. In terms of what do I get, I think that generally my go-tos are the dulce de leche cheesecake, just because I do like dulce de leche, And then there's the there's another one that I always get. Now I'm gonna have to look it up. See now, okay, entire stream is stopping. I need to look up what the other cheesecake that I like is. Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Like I said, I'm a very simple person. So the dulce de leche is there, of course. And let's just put this here for your viewing pleasure. I'm pretty sure that this is not all of the cheesecakes that they have there, but I will say that the one that I do enjoy is, what is it? Why am I stuck here? I thought I saw the banana, something banana. Is it banana Foster cheesecake? Well, it's banana something, so I'm going to assume that this is what it is. I do enjoy banana in my cheesecakes. So there you go, either dulce de leche or banana cheesecake. And I think maybe that's just because I like banana nut muffins and I do like banana bread. I'm a banana kind of person. Okay, so Boons of Ares. After slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals more damage. That's pretty cool. Your special inflicts doom. And so it's an epic, so maybe I should get that. And then this one is after using Death Defiance. I don't really want to count on things that count on me dying. Let's go with Doom. I think that was a good selection here. And then there's Poseidon, of course, but there's a mid boss right there. Banana cheesecake is nice. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, you have something like banana, which is already a pretty sweet fruit, and you put it onto a cheesecake, and it's kind of just perfect. What can we buy here? Ooh, replenish 1 Death Defiance. How many do I have left? Oh, none, of course. Maybe I should get this.
I can use this.
Imagine that. Let's go for the Cyclops Jerky as well. I can't imagine that I'm gonna get far in this run, but like I said, it's good practice for the next one. And so it's either Poseidon with a mid-boss or nothing else, actually. Our fate is sealed. Let it be the butterfly. It is the easier enemy. No, of course not. It's Asterius.
My next opponent has arrived in short order.
Short order? That was another jab about my height, wasn't it?
I like how Zagreus is very vested in his height whenever he faces Asterius. Kind of reminds me of Al from Full Metal Alchemist in that regard.
I do not jab. All of my strength goes into every strike. Observe.
Battle. Whoa, hey. This guy has health up the wazoo. But it seems like this freezing effect is actually quite useful. Oh, come on. Jeez. Well, I guess it was lucky that I got that Dead Defiance, even though I didn't use it. That was a close one. Did I just hear chaos? Maybe it was just my shield talking.
In the name of Hades.
Oh, Uncle didn't show up. So this one will... I hate it when attacks will... boons will replace other boons. I don't think it's really worth it. So more treasure, which is always a plus but doesn't really help us in battle. And gain a random assortment of things. Let's go with Ocean's Bounty. Not necessarily anything particularly useful. This next room is going to be difficult simply because we don't have that much health.
Time to fight.
Whoa.
That one's rearming. You're late.
Oh no, these things run. Wow.
Fit time's up.
And I actually survived that one.
Nice.
Here's hoping that I meet Patroclus in one of the next rooms. I feel like getting my Death Defiances back is really my only chance here. Whoa, hey. Anything else of interest in this room? So it's either Charon, and I don't really have that much coin or gemstones. But every once in a while he has a sale, so let's go see what he has. Kindly don't tell me that this is the room before the room. No, actually it's not. That's good. And so it's a centaur heart, a gift from Ares, or more darkness. And of course darkness will at least give us some health. I don't think he wants to talk. 150. We might be able to get both of these.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
Okay. So we didn't get this one last time. We also didn't get this one last time. Let's go with the Battle Rage.
It's me or them.
Okay. What is in here? That is one delicious quad. Technical difficulties. Twitch keeps crashing when I'm multitasking on my iPhone. Sorry to hear that, boss. I have no idea what you might be doing, but you're certainly welcome to deprioritize viewing this video. You know, maybe reboot or something like that. I will also admit that I am not a power user when it comes to Apple devices. Let's go for the fight.
I have to take a
So only one choice is right here. And it should be the one that causes me the least issues. Let's go with Ares. So, Curse of Vengeance. After you take damage, inflict doom on foes around you. Ooh, it's a fated choice. Your doom effects deal more damage. And your attack special increases. I've got to go for the fated choice, unfortunately. I really need to finish that codec. Let's see.
Word of caution, little nephew. Never turn your back against the sea. And while you're at it, never take up sides against your greatest uncle.
And Poseidon is my greatest uncle. I can't, bro. You're my late night TV while I wait to eat my salmon and fried rice from Habachi Hana. Well, I'm certainly happy to fulfill that particular need, and certainly always thank you for your support, Inigo. All that contact weed smoke got me hungry. Hey, that'll do it. That will do it. Alright, let's go ahead and face off against Poseidon. It's not gonna be pretty. And of course it has to be the witches, which I really hate. There's an archer around here. Ooh, of course. It had to be Uncle that had to take it from me. Okay, well, let's see what he has to offer. Wow, and already down to 50. Okay.
Now that was truly finely fought indeed, nephew. And I've a suitable reward here just for you. Don't even know what I was mad about.
I have no idea either. Whew. Okay, my special deals more damage and knock foes away. And it will replace Curse of Pain. That sounds good, but I don't want to do that. Tidal Dash, of course. But it replaces Hunter Dash, which I don't want. And of course the Sunken Treasure. All this would be great. And it is heroic.
A change of films was in order.
I hate that. I hate that. But it had to be done. Ooh, and Patroclus. Thank goodness. It's always funny how whenever you come into the room, Patroclus is already orating. Clearly I'm not the main character in his story. Voici, monsieur.
Here in Elysium you have to win this stuff, so I have rarely had occasion to enjoy it. Thanks.
Anything for you, my good sir.
I'd say you earned it more than anybody else I've seen around here lately. Though I don't make the rules.
Forgive me. It is not my place to say much of him now. May his name yet live. May his soul bask forever in the glory of Elysium. And of course, this is written by our best friend Achilles.
Something the matter there, stranger? Or have you come to torment me some more with idle chat?
I'm afraid it's more of the latter.
You know Achilles, don't you, sir? You're Patroclus. Achilles serves us at my home. He trained me. He sent you his regards and love. He says to tell you he is thinking of you always.
That name. So then you've seen him, have you? In your father's house. And want me to believe he said all that? was skeptical. In life, I left Achilles, and in death, he left me. We're even. And we've nothing left to say to one another now.
You don't sound a little skeptical. You sound heavily skeptical.
But that can't possibly be true. There must be some misunderstanding here. You haven't spoken since you died?
We haven't, no. And I don't think we shall. But you can humor him for me, I guess. Tell him I'm doing perfectly all right, won't you?
Well, that would be a lie. So we replenish all of our death defiance, which is actually quite useful here. No. I feel like in terms of visiting Patroclus, really the Kiss of Styx is generally the one to go for. This is only just like a temporary one. But actually everything is temporary. We've got to go see Artemis. And is this it? Is this the room before the room? I'm afraid it is. You have met a terrible fate, haven't you?
You know my father and my uncle by now, right, Zagreus? I don't know which of them is worse. I mean, superior. Superior, despite technically spending most of his time in the seas beneath Olympus. Isn't that right, Uncle?
Oh, a mystery appearance.
Oh, Artemis, you needn't boast a little Hades there on my account. Besides, whether you're in the sea, above it, or beneath, makes little difference to your measure as a god. You two are young as yet. Keep at it, and you'll soon be practically as great as I.
Poseidon, always the modest one. Ooh, hey. So press A for a powerful range attack, retrieve to keep using. Okay, your cast fires a second projectile, which deals reduced base damage. So 2 shots for the price of 1. I like it. I think this is good.
Thanks, you two.
Now all I've got to do is use cast more often. And of course we got 3 bloodstones, which means that we got 6 shots if we really need them. And so off we go to face Theseus.
Gentlemen.
Come, Hellspawn, and get destroyed by the 2 greatest fighters in Elysium. Ready yourself.
Right. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Always a trusty shield. Come on. Oh, come on. It's all these blasted arrows. Down he goes.
You're next, Killy.
Oh, come on. Poor choice. Oh.
You are unwelcome in Elysium.
Another Fails and Fails classic, as they say. I feel like it could have been a bit more, what's the word?
Just have to try again.
Better with my dodging. And it is... I know that the best strategy there is to stay in the periphery, but I feel like I got a bit too trigger happy with the Minotaur. That's how it goes. We live and we learn. Or we go back in there with the same strategy and hope we win.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where death is our life.
Gosh darn it, Hypnos. It's almost here. I'm so happy. Very nice, very nice.
Is up in arms again because of you.
Imagine that.
Go, get out. Don't let me stop you.
Good
Except for the times that you do stop me.
The triple-headed monster Cerberus is dutifully sitting there as ever.
Such a nice boy.
Always have more pets for the greatest boy.
If only I had 3 dogs as nice as this. Uh-huh.
Thanatos, I ought to have asked by now, but what's it like? Up there, I mean, outside. You never talk about it. I almost forget that's where you go for work.
Work.
What can I say? It's different. I never stay up there for very long. Don't think I could. It starts making me feel ill. Too many sensations all at once. And when the chariot of Helios is in the sky, it gets so bright that I can barely see.
And I believe that's the sun.
That sounds awful. If it's that bad, why would all the Olympians chat it up so much?
There's no accounting for their taste, I guess. But I'm discounting certain aspects that are not so bad. You know what? I'll not spoil the surprise. I have a feeling you're going to see for yourself soon enough.
I like that, Thanatos. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Maybe. I hope.
One can read between the lines. Ah, Achilles.
Thought I'd put in a house contractor order to keep that codex of yours sorted, lad. Now that you know so many on Olympus, figured it must be a lot keeping track of all their blessings and such.
Yes, that should definitely come in handy, sir. I'm still getting a handle on everything I can do with all the Olympians' powers fused with mine.
Keep at it.
One could argue that you can do too many things. Let's see, a new desk in terms of new items. That's a lot of gems. Gem. Gem is my name. I wonder if these actually do anything. And of course, most of these are decor, but like I said, if you give the contractor enough jobs, more actual useful jobs get implemented. Repairs to gun slightly damaged out by servers. I'm gonna say we're in the clear here.
Say, Orpheus, Eurydice told me your songs, some of them came from her. She seems quite brilliant. You choose your muse as well.
But he only has the one muse.
I owe my everything to my Eurydice. She authored many of my songs indeed, and she inspired many, many more. Whilst living, we collaborated frequently, you see.
But weren't you the famous one? I don't understand why she doesn't share your renown.
It is but one of life's injustices, I fear. I always sang her praises every chance I had, and she asserted herself splendidly. Yet even still, our listeners believed our songs, they came from me. What else could I have done?
Perhaps, rewritten the story. Rewritten the story.
I don't exactly know the ways of mortals, mate, but I'm pleased to hear you always giving credit where it's due.
There we go.
I know no other way, my friend.
It is buzzing. Let's see. All right. And what has Mom got to say tonight?
Athena sends you her kindest regards, Nyx. Sounds like you have maintained some correspondence since all this began.
We have. Thank you, my child. Goddess Athena is reputed to be wise, and so she was the one I felt was most likely to listen to reason, understand my view, and ultimately have a willingness to help. It is most fortunate that I was not mistaken about her.
This is good.
But you told her you're my mother. If she's supposedly so wise, isn't that quite a risk? If she finds out you've been misleading her.
She is wise, child. It is precisely for that reason I expected she would understand.
She is the goddess of wisdom, after all.
Ah, I see. I guess. I think.
Mothers work in mysterious ways. And I've got some fish for you.
Freshly caught just for you, chef.
Can we trade anything?
What's up for barter?
And really what I'm looking for is Titan's blood so that I can increase the power of my shield, this aspect, the aspect of chaos. I've got a single diamond on me. I do have a lot of keys though.
I'll buy that. Let's see that nectar. I could use that.
It's gonna take a lot of nectar, of course.
Fair trade. I'll take it.
Okay.
These are your diamonds.
And here we go.
Seems like a good deal.
We've got one more Titan blood. Imagine that. Maybe this will be enough. Looks like we have 3. Is that what I'm reading there? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, hey.
It's only a matter of time, I suppose.
God of War. So I got everything from Ares, which is nice.
Where there's violence, there's Lord Ares.
Got some nice gems for our troubles. And I got everything from Artemis, which makes sense. I've definitely been gunning for her. More gems.
For your help, Lady Artemis.
And then something from Hermes. And of course, in this game, speed is life, so there was always good reason to go for Hermes.
Glad to have Lord Hermes on my side.
Still need stuff from Zeus, Poseidon, Aphrodite, Dionysus, Demeter. And of course, lots of other things here. Very cool. Let's see if we can actually get something else from the Mirror of Night. So almost everything here is at max. Boiling Blood. Deal bonus attack and special to foes with bloodstones in them, plus 10 per rank. And so we got it all the way to 10%. We got a family favorite here. I think one of these we were actually working on the reverse. See if I can... Is it God's Legacy? Oh, but we don't have enough. Yeah, I think that was it, God's Legacy. But in the meantime, we can add more damage to Boiling Blood, I guess.
That's beyond my means.
40%.
Done.
Let's see if we can power up our aspect now.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
I have returned.
So 3 bloods.
Our bond strengthens.
And now we've got 3 more shields. Let's see what that looks like. Wait, did I just go back into the... Oh, okay. Nice. Okay. In terms of keepsakes, I think I had the one from Artemis, and I was upgrading that. I think we're going to keep that for now, since we're already working on it. Only 30 more encounters, so I'm sure that we will finish it by the next run. Let's get out of here. And of course, for those of you just tuning in, this is my first playthrough of Hades. Still trying to get out after 85 or so escape attempts. This isn't the Ails and Fails Twitch stream, so there's Ails and there's Fails. Too many of both.
For this, Zagreus, because I seldom share the greatest of my hunting secrets like I am about to.
The goods.
Let's see. Special is stronger with 20% chance to be critical. Nice. And your cast seeks the foes. Both of these are actually quite good. Let's go for the cast. Especially because it's got a heat-seeking ability. And of course, it is the gate for Lord Chaos.
Alright.
In we go.
Darkness.
So Hades should eventually you spawn your own offspring. I recommend maintaining sub-infinite distances with them in space and time. Even if they are most tiresome, there always seems to come a point when one wishes to be in their presence once again.
Spoken like a true father. Okay, so for the next 3 encounters, we have actually got minus 46% move speed, but then dash track is stronger, this could be useful. Dash is a minus 29% range, but boons have a 16%. So, yeah, I don't know about that. And then Flayed Eclipse. You get hit whenever you use your special, but then you get more rewards. Let's go for this. We're gonna have to depend a lot on our range attacks. Let's see, DoorDash finally has a good 1-year subscription deal this time around. It's practically cheap if you order a lot. I did receive notifications of it, but I've been mostly ignoring it because I think that I've already got the yearly subscription, so I didn't know that if it could override my current subscription. I want to say that in terms of how often I get DoorDash, maybe like once a week. Let's see. You get $10 off if you had the subscription, so at 86 plus 5 orders, you get a... Hey, that's actually pretty solid. That's not a bad deal. Clearly, I should stop just swiping away notifications. Thank you very much, Inago. Move. Alright, so that's one encounter down. We could go either to Lord Ares or Demeter. And Demeter is always serious business, so I think I'm gonna go with her. I feel like the chill effects are actually quite useful.
It's Lady Demeter.
My, but you're as determined as my foster brothers were when my sisters and I stood with them against the Titans way back when.
Tale of Sword and Swords, eternally retold. Okay. Are any of these? No. Special is stronger and inflicts chill. That might be the way to go here. After you take damage and completely chill your foe. So that's revenge damage. I like that as well. And whenever you cast foes around you and inflicts chill. Let's go for this. Yeah.
But when does chill? You wretches.
Good thing I have my Chaos Shield, since I'm already throwing so many shields out. Who's next?
My boon from chaos is transformed.
Nice, so now I should have my speed back and my dash strike should be that much stronger. And it is simply darkness. Darkness fills my heart with pain. And of course, getting darkness will always give us some health back, which is nice. Artemis, I think we have to go with Artemis. I think we have good enough powers to take down any mid-boss. Any mid-boss after the summer solstice of June. One might say the Ides of June. Nobody says that though. Oh, I hate this thing. Let's just dash strike it out of existence. Oh god.
Lady Artemis.
I'm gonna say that's as fast as I have generally taken out that particular enemy.
Hades.
Oh jeez. Your special is stronger with 20% chance to deal critical damage. I do like that. Of course there's Artemis's aid. And then your critical effects deal even more damage to armor. Let's go with this. I don't know. How many effects do I have on their critical? I think my special... I couldn't do it. Ooh, a fish. Let's see. I would say Uber Eats is better with promotions frequently. Not the best, but good. And their delivery taxes is just bogus. Yeah, there's a lot of funky things with Uber stuff in general. So I would agree. I've also got a Grubhub subscription, but it comes because I've got an Amazon Prime subscription. So I feel like after the 1 year, I'll probably not sign up again. I also feel like Grubhub does have a slightly lesser selection of restaurants. They do have like promotions for specific restaurants like every time I log in, but I don't know that it's worth it.
Hard to see in all that bread. I got one.
Hellfish, of course. So a Sithonic key or darkness. Let's go for the key. Too many bombs. Move. Nice. Let's see, Grubhub is dumb. Some restaurants post the same meal for more. To be perfectly honest, I feel like I have noticed a little bit of that going on. Like I said, it's not really my favorite. I feel like generally I just go for DoorDash. I think at the beginning, I want to say maybe like when I first signed up, I did notice a few restaurants that I didn't see there before. But it is always a pretty limited selection. And I feel like restaurants close their doors to Grubhub, whereas they stay open for DoorDash, if that makes any sense. So yeah, not necessarily the best location. So get some more gems here. I don't think I need more gems. Probably because less people work for Grubhub, unless that's just Uber in disguise. You know what, you might have a point there. Actually, here's an interesting discussion. As interesting as discussion gets in the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. Have you noticed that, or has anyone noticed that some restaurants have, like, there's some restaurants that'll pop up that you've never heard of. If you actually like Google their address, you'll notice that actually it's another restaurant, but it's like a second restaurant operating out of the same kitchen, and I think the point is to have a second entry on DoorDash or whatever, so that you think it's a different restaurant, but it's actually the same restaurant with just like a slightly smaller limited selection. I think I noticed that with like some like breakfast restaurants that will just sell a small subsection of their breakfast items in a different restaurant name. Things like that. It's kind of a what do you call it? Sketchy. But I got off on a tangent. Let's go see Poseidon. What are these hands doing here? Reminds me from that music video from Dev. Boom. Shall we give him something? Where are we with Uncle Poseidon? Only 2 hearts. I don't know. Fine.
Mighty Poseidon, greatest of my uncles, arguably. Please accept this gift.
Arguably. Yeah, it's a ghost restaurant. Packaging is different. I stay away from those 100%. No, and that makes sense. But the thing is, you don't always know that it's a ghost restaurant, right? Sometimes it just seems like, oh, it's a new addition to the list of restaurants, and I'm gonna go for that. But yeah, I want to say like 60-70% of the time it's not.
For all the times I've offered gifts or sacrifices, little nephew, I still always very much appreciate it. I mean, look, I'm grinning ear to ear.
As always. 3 hearts. Lord Hades seems to have no love for him either, equating him to Zeus and shunning both alike. It's all a business best avoided by my estimation.
It's likely, little Hades, that you currently reside just underneath one of my boundless seas. Normally, you'd have to be submerged to use this power, but you know what? Close enough.
Okay, so anything that might fill our codex? No. I do like the title dash. Attack and special are stronger the first 10 seconds. Gotta go fast. Okay. I look at reviews and pics of the food, then Google my best friend. Judging a book by its cover helps in this sense. Yeah, and you know, I should really do that myself. Actually, my SO does a lot of that, so she's got me covered. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how restaurants get away with that. Should I pay for any of this? For 6 encounters, 20% more move speed. It's only 10 coins. It's only 10 coins.
I'll just take this one.
And it seems like it's only gems that are available here. Wow, so many bombs. Boom. Oh, come on. Nice. Ah, that's a hard one. Daedalus Hammer or Dionysus. We've got to go Daedalus. My guardian angel, Dionysus. I'll see you again another time. But before we do that, all my love too long ago. Okay. 20% damage and move speed for 10 seconds. Nice. And there's that charge shot. I think I like this. Ooh, coin. Let's see. There's this street I live close by who supplies a lot of these ghost restaurants. I saw how full it was. Delivery drivers today got had twice by them, the same place, same type of food. Crazy what people who are unaware or ignorant will happen to. Yeah, it's a problem, but you know, not everybody is aware of this. I feel like they see the shiny thing and they go for it, right? Which is what I was saying before. Like I see a new restaurant and I'm like, ooh, let's try that out, and I don't think too hard about it. Ales is, after all, a simple. I certainly wish that DoorDash and similar delivery services had a bit more scrutiny when they're listing restaurants, though. Might help us all out. Just thinking about DoorDash and food is just making me hungry.
Wretches of the underworld, this is your chance.
Great. Just eating it here, of course.
Almost there.
Boom.
Time for this.
But I'm almost out of this particular life. Great. Indeed, indeed. And where are we at? Is it time for a mid-break? You know what? It might be. Maybe one more room and then we'll go on intermission for a second. And so we got 266. We could either go for the Palm of Power. Let's go for the Palm of Power just because it looks like a pizza.
Power of Olympus.
So, special is stronger and inflicts chill. The Tidal Dash. And then the Hide Breaker. That's actually pretty significant. Let's go for that. What exactly do I have that deals critical damage? Of course it's the cast, my least used ability. Okay, let's do one more room and then we'll go on break.
I bet Tissiphane's up.
Oh, huh. I didn't realize that this was the boss.
I knew it.
Tisiphone. Longtime fans of the stream will know that she is my favorite of the Furies. Let's make it cozier. Oh, almost worth it. The final room. Alright. Down she goes once again.
That's one way to prove I'm innocent.
And off to Asphodel.
Go on and try.
Words of encouragement from dear old dad. But with that, I think we're going to take a quick break here. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll have one more drink to enjoy. See you on the other side. Let's go with let's go with this. welcome to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, barstool philosopher, Mama Ales, baby boy. And welcome back to Thursday night. This is the Modern Speakeasy, and we are playing Dionysus Hades, where we're trying to escape Hades. We're using the Shield of Chaos with the Aspect of Chaos, and whenever we see our friend Dionysus, we go for him, though that one is a bit of a loose rule. And we just hit our midway point over here. We generally go until 2 a.m. in the morning Pacific Standard Time. That is kind of our Cinderella time, as they say, as patented by Cinderella Man. But what do we have on tap as our last drink of the evening? This is a Neapolitan Dynamite from our friends at Blue Oak Brewing. So what is Neapolitan Dynamite? Where it is a stout brewed with chocolate, vanilla, and strawberries. So very simple there, but not so simple. Of course, whenever you think of Neapolitan flavor, I think of Neapolitan ice cream, which is kind of an old-timey ice cream. And of course, it was an ice cream divided in 3 flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And so you got the black, the white, and the red. And I think it was supposed to signify the flag of Napoli, though I don't believe that's exactly accurate. I wish I had traveled to Italy to know what exactly the Napoli flag looks like. Anyways, it is a stout. And so what exactly is a stout? What is this term? You know, we talk about beers all the time, and you know, you're often ending these streams talking about stouts simply because they're dark. Well, a stout is an ale that brews dark, and the reason why it brews dark is because it uses darker malts, malts like crystal malts, malts like chocolate malts, oatmeal even, and so these generally brew dark. Stouts are closely related to porters in the sense that at one point in time they were actually the same thing. Porters actually were originally known as porter stouts, and so there's a very small distinction there, and there's not really a very strong definition. It depends on who you're talking to. They'll give you a slightly different reason why one is a stout and one is a porter. One of the things that they say is that a porter uses malts while a stout uses roasted malts, so there's a roasting process there which allows certain sugars to become more accessible for the brew. Other people will say things like, oh well, it's got a higher alcohol content. Other folks still will say things like, well, one of them has got more of a roasted flavor, whereas the other one has a slightly more ashen flavor. You know what, I don't know. I think they're very similar, and so sometimes it is difficult to tell what each one of those is. But let's go ahead and check what Untapped has to say on Neapolitan Dynamite, and let me go to my alternate screen. So it is a solid 8.6%. Stouts are generally very strong in terms of their alcoholic content, and it doesn't say too much beyond brewed with Dutch cacao, which is a chocolate, vanilla, and strawberries. And of course, vote for Pedro. Very Napoleon Dynamite, of course. Nothing too interesting here, really. So with that, let's go ahead and taste what this is like. And of course, it's from our friends at Blue Oak Brewing. Blue Oak Brewing in San Carlos, California. And we're pouring. So darker beers in general will showcase more the the sugars of their malts, and by that I don't actually mean that they're sweet, but rather you'll be able to taste the complexity of the grains that are involved in that particular process. In terms of a nose, this actually smells quite milky, and I'm thinking that I'm reading the vanilla there. There's a slight, I don't want to say salty, but certainly like a salubrious type of smell there. It's almost like limestone, if that makes any sense to anyone out there. And then there's a slight tinge of sweetness in the back. Fang and ale. In terms of flavor, it's actually quite light, but there is very good chocolate there. Very light chocolate. I want to say closer to a milk chocolate flavor than anything else. No, actually, it's more like a dark chocolate, but sorry, a pure chocolate, but maybe like a 60%. There's some creaminess there, and I'm reading that as vanilla once again. In terms of strawberries, it's actually quite difficult because while I do sense like a very, very, very slight tinge of sourness towards the finish, I have a very difficult time discerning the taste of strawberries. It's always been quite difficult for me. And maybe it's because I feel like strawberries range wildly depending on when you have them and from where you get them. They can either be pretty sweet or tasteless and sour. So I don't know that I can quite tell this right here. It's got a good body here, certainly a 3.5 out of 5. It's certainly clasped at the tongue, though it still has a very smooth mouthfeel. And certainly the more that I drink it, the more I sense a taste of smokiness there. And of course, maybe that's the defining quality of that stout there, that smokiness, that ashen quality to it. So yeah, a delicious brew once again from our friends at Blue Oak Company. Let me go ahead and update my ticker here. Just in case, as usual, if anybody pops in on stream and wonders, what is that handsome fella drinking over there? I would like to have some of that myself. And there's that. Let's go ahead and rate this one. Never had it on stream. This is definitely a solid 3.5. It would be higher, but I do sense some bitterness in the back, and that's, while I understand that that is something that they want to showcase here, I generally don't value strong bitter notes with my stouts. And this might be more of like a roast that I'm sensing here, more of a coffee roast, but I do sense a bit of a bitterness on the back. So let me go ahead and rate that. Cheers, we got it, mate. But with that, let's jump back to Hades. Okay. So we're on our way to Asphodel. We just defeated our favorite Tisiphone. And we're not gonna purge anything. So more fishing points. I think this is the first time I come across this. Sure, a Chaos Gate will spawn ahead and restore more health. I don't think we need anything.
Let's see here.
And only 18 encounters more before this completely powers up. Let's get out of here.
Broke out of Tartarus.
Made it once more to Asphodel. The problem here being that the lava essentially counts as a trap. Did you hear about the Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk in a UFC fight? So I heard that Elon Musk challenged Mark Zuckerberg to a fight, and then Mark responded with time and place sort of thing, like where are we doing this? I didn't actually read up on if anything followed up after that, but here's wondering if it'll actually happen. I don't know if you actually have more updated news than that. Are they actually gonna fight? Is there a time and a place? And where can I see that? I don't need to see that, but where can I see that? This is turning out to be more like celebrity deathmatch. And of course we're taking advantage of our dash strike being very powerful. Boom.
You've got a tough climb up ahead, cuz, so you just pace yourself, alright? Just kidding, go as quickly as you can. It works for me.
I like that way of thinking. So move faster. Attack is faster.
Time to go.
Let's just go fast. So center heart or a palm of power. I think we're gonna go for the heart. Oh, come on. Just standing on, Beautiful. Ah, and a fishing spot. And we got a Slavok. And let's see what her options are. Either Charon or a Palm of Power. I feel like at this point we might do better than a Palm. Oh wow, that was smart. Okay, and a random gift here. We get a palm as well.
Should come in useful.
Let's go for the dash.
Ahoy, my nephew, it is I. Well, nephew, I know that salty Charon can be difficult, but I'm certain that whatever price you paid, you got a deal.
More or less. Okay, any of these are codex entries? No. Let's see, does imploded mean exploded? Because that's what the submarine did. I think it means like when you're crushed inside, internally. So like, I think that the idea is that the submarine itself crushed under the pressure of the water. So yeah, it exploded in a reverse kind of fashion, which is unfortunate. But at least from the reports that I heard, it seemed like the submarine had been made from not great material in the first place, so that might have caused that to happen. But of course, that's if that's what happened to the submarine, just imagine being one of the individuals in that situation where you get crushed by pressure and shrunken down to a fraction of your body. That's not a fate I wish on anyone. Okay. Your boons will knock away effects, also rupture foes. Okay, and rupture, of course, is damage while moving. Let's go with the Razor Shoals.
Poseidon's strength.
Hey, sorry, mate.
Moving right along.
Nice. Oh, come on. You cheat. Ah. Okay, I think Medusa's gone. Boom.
Don't let it go to your head.
Hail and good tidings to you, noble cousin. May you be swift and thorough, vanquishing the dead who dare oppose you.
What a pragmatic greeting, Athena. Resist damage from foes' attacks. It is an epic, and after you take damage, damage foes around you and briefly and deflect. I do like this attack though. That might have been the wrong choice. Okay, all this water talk has me inspired to go down there and discover, but I don't even know how to swim. LOL. I was good at oceanography class though, maybe that's why I think that too. I mean, I'm going to say that exploring underwater has always been like this incredible thing that I think would be amazing if I were to do it in my life, but I don't know how to swim that well either, so there's that. I do know how to lightly dive, if that doesn't make sense. So I don't know how to swim, but I know how to dive a little bit. I think that my problem with the idea of properly diving, like scuba diving, is the idea that I kind of just don't know, like I have this sense that if I were to go and dive anywhere, it's the sort of thing where I wouldn't know like what's behind me or what's beneath me. And I just keep thinking, I was just like, it's very scary to go into like unknown spaces. That's not a realistic fear or anything like that, but that's just something that I hold. Let's go for that centaur heart. Not too bad.
Spot an asphodel. That's a relief. That's good.
And some more gems up ahead. Let's see, I was watching this video of this submarine guy that saw a lake in the depth of the ocean and couldn't sink it, but other creatures were able to. Someone said that in the comments that it was too salty to sink. I know that there are certain bodies of water, like what's it called? Like the Salt Lake in Salt Lake City, Utah. I think that's Utah. Has such a vast amount of like salt content that it forces normal things that would generally sink to actually just like rise in the water. I think also like the Dead Sea, it has so much salt that people just like float up all the time. And the reason why it's called the Dead Sea, of course, is because it has so much salt that nothing can actually live in it. So you might have been seeing like a video from something like that. I've never been into one of these places, but I heard that it hurts your eyes if you go in there for too long.
Blood and darkness.
Of course.
This one is off the record, Zagreus. Come on.
Well, everything is off the record with Thanatos. Boom.
That's enough.
Nice, I win this time.
Here's something for the show. Oh, I'm late.
Come on. Okay, so nothing in that direction. We've either got a visit to Charon or another center heart. I don't know that we've got enough coin here, though we might simply go for the center heart in that case. Let's do that. Oh, another room without a fight. Nice, and 200, which is a value that we generally don't reach.
I have to say.
The Bone Hydra. Brethren, come out. Gotta stay away from that fire. This is crazy. And impervious once again. Oh, gotta get out of the minefield. Jeez. If only I had a summon. Nice, all 3 arrows. Boom. Getting a bit sleepier than expected.
That's what you get.
We've got about 30 more minutes in this stream and we're going to complete it. If it's the last thing I do. Wow.
You are testing my patience.
Imagine that.
Sounds like progress to me.
So 20 coin. Infernal Trove and 20% more speed. So this is the pool of purging. Nothing really that interesting. I think we're good. Hold on a second here, folks. Like I said, this is a pretty strong beer, so it is starting to wreak havoc in the mind. But you know what, that's why we trained our livers.
One more floor.
Three, 2, 1, let's jam. Okay. We'll get coin. Let's go for the center hearts.
Splitters.
Ah, this is wild. Come on. How tough are these chumps? Is that it? Of course.
It's regenerating.
Whew. Okay.
That's better.
Anything else of note in here? Oh, wow. Clearly, to mitigate some of the effects, you just gotta keep going. I think Daedalus makes sense. Good, I had my shield up for that one. Wow. And so we've got three options: the charge shot, and Bull Rush fires a piercing shot. Attack hits twice but doesn't walk away. And then Bull Rush charges faster. Alright.
That's it.
And I think we need a minute right here. We will be right back on the other side of this break, folks. Where was I? Okay, and we are back, folks. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I suggested before, the effects of the night are actually wearing on me, and so I think in this last run, I honestly was dozing on and off, and so I needed to just like stand up and like get my bearings straight, slap my face a few times, and I think we're back. We're good for the next 20 or so minutes. Like I said, I do want to just keep that 2 o'clock time point. The things we do for the things we love. The things we do for those we love. Coin or Charon? I think let's go check out some coin. We don't have enough to buy anything proper anyways. Great on these shielded warriors. Witches and some coin for our troubles.
I'll just take that.
Let me fix my chair here for a second. Okay, much better. And our choices are either Palm of Power or Athena, and I think we'll be facing the Minotaur. Asterius it is. Oh, wait a second. Come on. Why is this guy taking so long? Who's next? Nice. Wait. For some reason I thought that I had finished that, but clearly it was not meant to be. Boom.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, attack is stronger and can deflect. Deflect attacks, it deals more damage. Okay. And clearly, maybe a couple more rooms and then we'll call it a night. I'm really losing it here. Okay. I think Hades is just a bit too cozy for me. Oh, that was a poor choice. Move out of the way. Nice. Boom. Alright, let's just go for broke here. This looks like a glove. Wow. Okay. All right. I think that is it for me. Too much risk of just falling asleep here, folks. Let's go back to intermission. Okay, well that was the Yells and Fails Twitch stream. Sorry for the very lame finish there. My biology was getting the best of me, and so I feel like if I were to continue, I'd probably just fall asleep in the middle of my next encounter, which is kind of what I did here. It's kind of interesting because this only happens with Hades, and I've been trying to pinpoint why that is the case every time it does. It's almost as if how to say, like I'm comfortable enough with Hades that I kind of just lose focus and I kind of just let it be, even though Hades is this kind of game where it just drops you in a room full of like madness, and so it's never a very clear answer. So I think what was I talking about? Anyways, yeah. So we'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon, closer to 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We'll be playing Street Fighter 6, ideally with some viewers of the stream, but if not, we'll fight some random individuals online. It's always a good time. Come in and watch Ales fight off random strangers online and most likely fail. But if this is your sort of cup of tea, playing Hades, tune in next week around this time. I'll be playing it again, hopefully to slightly more success. But otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you very much for your company, and as I like to say, stay thirsty, Alpac. We'll see you again.